to run, tire out the defense a little bit. That first drive I felt like was like an indication of when the Browns offense has been successful the last few years. It's like ball controlled, 12, 13, 14, 15 play drives, get touchdowns at the end, let our defense rest, and go at the quarterback when they get out there. That's kind of the blueprint. But for us, we wanted to step. So we could have had probably 50 more yards if we didn't have like those holding calls. So it was a little frustrating because we thought we even could have been better.
To go back to the telco packages, like using Zach and Nick that way, like can that be beneficial for a guy who might not be getting traditional run snaps, like there were injuries and either of them needed to step in, still kind of
I think it's huge. I think you stay in the flow of the game because you never know when your number's going to be called. You're getting some reps out there. You're filling your hands on guys. You understand like the cadence and the tempo. You're not just ever going to get thrown in there. So it's a big thing. I think the O-line loves seeing when 6 or 7 O-linemen are coming on the field.
Joe, I know we're talking about team game all the time, but I think every player was active, was used last week. That offense on the first drive was all the skill guys, 2 extra line stuff, all that kind of thing. So is that point of emphasis going into it's going to take everybody?
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. Like the guys that are up, even the practice ones, like everybody has a role in this team, and you have to find your role. Kevin talks a lot about like there's leaders, there's role players, and that's okay. Like you have to find your role and what are you going to do to help the team. So we understand guys have set specific roles, but they're ready to go out there and perform. Yeah. Hopefully there's a lot more. No, those quarterback sneaks have been proven to be pretty successful, I think, for us in the last few years. So usually you find a quarterback or Harry Bryant when I was here, did it for us. But you can't just run QB sneak every time. You saw with the forward play, there's a nice run, around the edge on that and stuff like that. So, yeah. You can throw the ball too. Yeah, exactly.
Along the line of Jameis, everyone's had something to sort of describe what he's like in the huddle. I know Wyatt sort of said he gets the crazy eyes. Jerome said he talks to you like he has a secret to tell. How do you describe Jameis when he's in that huddle?
Yeah, I think he's locked in. His eyes do get real locked in. He's not blinking in the huddle for sure. But he calls the play. He pronunciates. He just has a passion for football, and I think anytime he's out there, he just wants to show that he's passionate and ready to go.
Does he have any of those motivational? He's such a motivational speaking person. Does he say anything like that before he breaks the huddle, or
not before the huddle? But I mean, all the time he's lifting people up, motivating people. So he's a great guy to have in the locker room. It's been great to get to know him.
Sure, when you guys got creative and so the artists, you kind of got some pressure. All right, you know, creative.
I think it's a group effort. I mean, obviously, Coach Callahan did a great job. He was, he installs the show yardage stuff. So, Coach Staley, you said it, yeah. I think he installs the short yardage package. So I think he's in charge of what plays go in there. I'm sure it goes through a committee, but he's the one that puts in the plays, and that's the play we were working on the last couple of weeks. So I'm sure it's a group effort, but Coach Callahan has created that stuff, and I know we have a lot of coaches that can work together to find some good plays.
So how long does it, in your experience, take for offense to establish an identity within the season?
I think it's ever changing. You want it to be as early as possible, but it's ever changing and week to week. I know there are some times in the past where we wanted to run the ball, and then teams start playing 6-1 fronts, and it's like, well, you can't really run the ball every play, and you end up passing the ball. So the identity is ever changing, and hopefully you establish one early, and then you can kind of have some variations off that. Oh, it's amazing. Being here for 11 years now, you were so used to seeing him around the locker room and hearing him call the games, hear the highlights of him calling games. I know he's special, and I know people that have lived here their whole lives even have a bigger connection to him. And I think everybody on this team and the organization has such a respect for him. So him going in is special, and I know Dawson was our best kicker, one of our best kickers of all time. So it's a special weekend. I know they're having alumni come back for the mock game and stuff. So it's always good to see some of the guys you played with and celebrate.